In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 fun wine facts. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Both experienced wine drinkers and those who are just getting started with the beverage can learn a few new and intriguing facts about the beverage. People have been drinking wine for hundreds of years, and there have been many changes, breakthroughs, and inventions that have resulted in the wine that we all enjoy drinking today. These innovations, breakthroughs, and changes have resulted in the wine that we all enjoy drinking today. The vast majority of people are aware that wine can be produced in a variety of countries and locations all over the world. This is a well-accepted fact. Certain countries are more well-known than others for their wine production, and many of these countries are pioneers for many of the richest wineries. Italy is one of the countries known for its wine production. The following are a few intriguing and fascinating wine facts to share with your friends and family at your next get-together. Number 10. Oldest winery in the world. Did you know that the world's oldest vineyard may be hidden deep inside Armenia's caverns? There is a chance that these caverns are located in Armenia's Armenia region. The antique winery, which is said to be 6,100 years old, was discovered between 2007 and 2010. The finding occurred in the Middle East. Given its location in a cemetery and the presence of a cup, fermentation jars, a press, and a bowl, it was most likely used to create gallons for funerals. Germany is home to one of the world's oldest enterprises as well as the world's oldest vineyard that is still in operation today. Number 9. Oldest wine bottle. You'll discover the bottle that boasts the distinction of being Germany's oldest wine still in use today. Between 325 and 350 AD, Roman colonists in the area developed a kind of bottle known as the spire bottle. This bottle style is associated with the Romans. When it was found in a tomb in the 19th century, it was tucked away amid a collection of other bottles in the similar condition of having never been used. This state showed that the bottles had never been used. It is maintained at the Historical Museum of the Palatinate in Spire because it is one of the rare bottles that has ever been sipped after being opened. This is due to the fact that it is one of the few bottles that has ever been opened. Despite the fact that wine has traditionally been associated with the Greeks and Romans, it is thought that the Phoenicians were responsible for spreading a love of wine across the Mediterranean region. Number 8. Largest consumer of wine. Do you know which country drinks the most wine out of all the nations on the planet? The Vatican is the nation with the highest per capita wine consumption, consuming around twice as much as both Italy and France. Despite the fact that the Vatican has a population of fewer than 1,000 people, each person consumes an average of 74 liters of water each year. The Vatican's population is mostly composed of older people with a high degree of education. Wine is often consumed during the performance of numerous religious ceremonies. Number 7. Red wine health benefits. Consuming red wine regularly has positive effects on one's health. One of the most interesting and useful fun facts about wine is the fact that moderate consumption of red wine can have a positive impact on one's health. It is well known for having an exceptionally high concentration of antioxidants, which qualifies it as an excellent component in a home remedy for the common cold. It's possible that you're already aware that drinking red wine helps to keep your heart healthy and lowers your body's levels of bad cholesterol, but just in case, it is well known for its ability to control one's blood sugar levels as well as keep one's mind clear and alert. It is recommended that you act with moderation in all that you do, as the proverb states. Number 6. Fear of wine. One of the lesser-known but fascinating facts about wine is that drinking may create claustrophobia in certain people. Inophobia, often known as the fear of wine, is a syndrome that may affect people from all walks of life and can be found in a range of areas across the globe. The name wine comes from the ancient Greek word enos, which also gives us the phrase enos. One of the most prevalent causes for people's dislike of wine is their realization that it includes alcohol. Certain persons may suffer an illogical and paralyzing terror at the prospect of experiencing the symptoms of drunkenness in the future. Others are unable to bear the thought of losing control or even vomiting since it is too much for them to bear. Number 5. Storing wine. When it comes to putting together the perfect meal with the perfect wine, there is a simple and straightforward guideline that you can stick to. When the meal consists of more substantial components, the wine that is served with it need to be of a more robust kind as well. White wines can be served with white meat, red wines can be served with red meat, lighter wines can be served with pig, chicken, and fish, and heavier wines can be served with red meat. You could also go for wines that are on the lighter side to accompany the fish. Moscato and sparkling wine are two examples of sweeter wines that are often served with sweets. Another common pairing is port and ice wine. Both of these wines may be enjoyed either still or sparkling, depending on your preference. Number 4. Oldest wine cellar. Are you able to hazard a guess as to the location of the wine cellar that has been around the longest? It is not impossible to get it while sailing on the Titanic. Divers who examined the wreckage discovered wine bottles that had not been damaged in any way and were completely intact. Number 3. Pairing of wine. Did you know that storing wine horizontally is the best way to guarantee that it retains its flavor and freshness for a longer period of time? If you've ever visited a wine cellar, you've undoubtedly seen the wine racks that are laid on their sides. This is the most frequent way to store wine. When wine bottles are stored vertically, the cork is more likely to dry up, increasing the possibility that it may disintegrate into the wine. When the bottles are stacked horizontally, the danger is lessened. The risk of this happening is minimized when the bottles are stacked horizontally. Dry corks are more prone to splitting and collapsing, allowing air into the bottle, hastening the maturation process of the wine beyond what is considered normal, and eventually resulting in poor quality wine. It is a common misperception that the vast majority of wines must be aged before they can be drank, but this is not the case. The majority of wines should be served within 5 years after being bottled, with just around 10% of wines designed to be aged. Wines that have been aged often have a higher degree of complexity and depth of flavor. The following are the thoughts of numerous wine experts. Number 2. Women forbidden to drink wine. Women who indulged in the use of wine during the early periods of Roman law were thought to be breaking the law. Women were seen to be fragile, therefore drinking wine was thought to put them in harm's way. If the ladies were apprehended, they faced the possibility of the death penalty. Because it was so severe, the closest people at Roman gatherings were allowed to kiss the ladies on the lips in order to determine whether or not they had consumed wine. It was legal for husbands to execute their wives if they were found to be in possession of alcoholic beverages. Number 1. The most expensive bottle of wine. Many people who are passionate about wine consider it to be an investment that might potentially provide a substantial return. A lucky owner of a wine estate was able to spend more than $550,000 on a single bottle of wine. An extremely rare vintage selection from Burgundy was finally obtained for a price that was 17 times higher than the auctioneer's estimate for the lot. The lot was purchased for a price that was 17 times higher than the estimate. Due to the very strong demand for this wine, a second bottle was quickly purchased soon thereafter for an amount that was close to $500,000. The wines of Burgundy are considered to be among the most valuable collectibles in the world, and are the kind of wine that is sought after the most in every region of the world. The 1945 vintage is noteworthy owing to the fact that it only produced 600 bottles and the grapevines were uprooted for a period of 2 years so that they could be replaced. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.